Hey everyone, welcome to video 22-3, and in this video we're going to be talking about dependent events, and that is the opposite of the last video series where we were talking about independent events. But just a quick review here, I'm on page 1165, and we just wanted to highlight the two tests that we've learned in the last video are tests for the independence of events A and B. So if, first of all, the conditional probability of A given B is equal to the probability of A by itself, then we can say that the events are independent. Or if we're looking at the probability of A and B happening, and that is able to be equal to the two separate probabilities of A and B's product, then we can say that the events are independent. However, if we fail either of these tests, then we have what are called dependent events, and that is where the occurrence of one event affects the occurrence of the other event. Okay, so let's go to the next page. And I'm on page 1166 now. I want to go down to the explain one here, where we're actually going ahead to calculate the probability of two dependent events. So the multiplication rule to find the probability of dependent events, you can see there, is one that you want to take note of. That is the probability of A and B is equal to the probability of A, the first event occurring, times the probability of B, the second event, given that A has already occurred. So when we look at example 1 here, remember in past videos we talked about the idea of placing a card back into the deck or putting the marble back into the bag. These are important words to look at when talking about independent events because one probability did not affect the other. So if we look at example 1 and we read through that, this says there are 5 tiles with the letters A, B, C, D, and E in a bag, and here's our little picture of our bag. You choose a tile without looking, put it aside, and then choose another. Those 3 words, put it aside, are really important to take note of because you are not placing the tile back and therefore the sample space is changing. So then we choose another tile without looking. It says use the multiplication rule to find the specified probability, writing it as a fraction. So let's go to the next page. Part A says find the probability that you choose a vowel followed by a consonant. So now remember we have our bag here, and I'm just going to do a quick little sketch of A, B, C, D, and E tiles to begin with in our little drawstring bag here at the top. So for the probability of a vowel, we're going to call that event V, and the probability of a consonant, we're going to call that event C. And as you can see here, there are 2 vowels, A and E, in the bag, so the probability of V happening is 2/5. Now, once I've picked one of those, there are only 4 remaining tiles because remember, I'm not putting the tile back. And out of the 4 that are remaining, 3 of them are consonants. So the probability of a consonant, given that I've picked a vowel already here, is 3/4. So by the multiplication rule, the probability of a vowel and a consonant is the probability of the vowel times the probability of the vowel given, the consonant given the vowel. This is a typo. I don't know if this exists in your book or not, but this should be C given V, you guys, to match what's above it. But all we're doing is just multiplying the probabilities there, and so we get 2/5 times 3/4 is 6/20, or simplifying to 3/10. Let's look at part B. Find the probability that we choose a vowel followed by another vowel. So V1 is the first vowel, V2 is the second vowel. And so we're going to go back to the beginning of this bag. Of the 5 tiles, there are 2 vowels. So the probability of the first vowel is the same as we saw in the previous example. However, of the 4 remaining tiles, there's now only 1 vowel remaining. So the probability of vowel 2, given vowel 1 has already been picked, is now 1 out of 4. So by the multiplication rule, the probability of vowel 1 and vowel 2 is equal to the probability of vowel 1, which remember we found to be 2/5 just as before, but the probability of vowel 2 given vowel 1 has already been picked is 1/4, and so we get 2 out of 20, or simplifying we get 1/10. So the your turn problems I'd like you guys to do in this section are numbers 3 and 4 here. Take a pause on the video and find those events probabilities, please. And we'll see you guys next time.